So yesterday they had this funeral basically for Charlie Kirk, and had a lot of speakers, and they had a whole stadium full of people, which they did have a good turnout to. It was fairly, a lot of people in the building. Uh, I didn't watch it. I was watching football. I didn't watch like this wherever it streamed that or whatever, but uh, I just tuned in. I watched on my X feed essentially just a bunch of clips of, whether it be Stephen Miller talking, whether it be Donald Trump talking, and whoever else they had on, people I didn't know. But I quickly just, realized that this was a political thing for the right. I don't even know how to explain it. Uh, it was just a bunch of propaganda spewed out from especially Trump and his usual divisive rhetoric towards the radical left, and even harsher this time than I've ever heard it, honestly. As a time where some people on the left and right, uh, mostly more people on the left, of course, are calling for to tone down the rhetoric on both sides, even though it's really the right that needs to tone down the rhetoric. But people on the left saying tone down the rhetoric on both sides, tone down the rhetoric on both sides. And then you have Donald Trump come out here, after Erica Kirk has a better speech than the first time, when she was basically just promoting Turning Point USA. To be honest with you, this time she says she forgives the shooter. I think a lot of people in the building felt that, and just didn't really make an effort to, uh, unlike the first time, recruit for Turning Point USA or shift the blame on somebody. Is what I got from that, where it was more of a genuine thing, and she did what she had to say. And then you have the orange man come on there and say, I hate my political opponents, and that's where I disagree with Erica. I hate my political opponents. And it's like, bro, I'm done. I'm genuinely done at this point, where I've even said it on here before. I mean, there's just no meeting in the middle with these people, or I mean, you cannot tone down the rhetoric without him making an effort to tone down the rhetoric. It's not gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, and I'm obviously not advocating for any violence or anything like that. But as far as America turning down the rhetoric or turning down the violence, it's really hard to see where that happens when this man is literally up here saying he hates his opponents and just raging on and raging on, which a clip where I'll show you in a second. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be really hard when this guy is doing this, and I really don't see the reasoning to tone down the rhetoric when this guy is up here doing this and advocating for the FCC to take down some news networks because of their bad coverage of him or whatever. This is fascism at its finest, and I'm going to continue to call it that. But what the rhetoric coming out of the right is, you guys need to tone down the rhetoric, because this is what happens when that is, and they're trying to equate us calling out what it is, just fascism, to this dumbass shooter who shot Charlie Kirk, which should never happen. And obviously nobody on the left is advocating for that. That's not what leftism stands for. But they're trying to conflate the two, so to make the left look like by itself inherently is bad. So yeah, that's just ridiculous. But I'm going to show you guys the clip here. Okay, we're going to start with the video of Erica Kirk first. She made this statement or speech, and then the dumbass fat orange man Donald Trump gets on after.
That young man on the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
Okay, and then you have it there. Better than the first one. I'm not going to comment on anything else. Better than the first time where she basically just advocated for Turning Point USA and really looked like it was just this whole recruitment thing to her at first, truly, honestly. But that one there, she's not saying left or right. She's saying she forgives this dude, that shooter. She can forgive or not forgive. Really, for all I care, I don't really care if she does or not. But I just think that that's better and just looks more like a funeral for anybody that's been to a funeral, right? It's not you advocating for how much you hate this group of people. Usually at weddings, is remembering the person. And I this is the first thing I thought when I first saw, these videos of like, dude, this isn't even like, I'm not even I'm not showing the video of Stephen Miller, but it's a lot of people like Stephen Miller, and like these people are literally trying just to make it about politics, and that's not what funerals are like. But what I did think of is, Charlie would probably want it to be something like this, like to be honest with you, which is a bad thing to think of. He probably would want Trump to get on there and shit on the left like he's doing, and all this other shit that's happening. And it's appalling, but funerals shouldn't be like this. Like, his kids are there. The kids don't want to hear about Donald Trump's whatever rant he goes on. Or his family members probably just want to hear about their friend that they just lost, not the left versus right. And what his family is listening to, Charlie's family is listening to their whatever in law, whatever Erica is to them, and probably wants her to just speak on Charlie, and that's what she did there, which is better than the first time, like I said. But here is. This man gets on here, and this is what he says.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
That for sure is the worst, literally worst speech he's ever gave about his opponent. So he sometimes beat around the bush, but then he says, he still shits on his opponents, of course. Even when right wingers try to deny that, or they try to say the left calls the right fascist, and that's why bad things are happening. But obviously, Trump called Kamala Harris fascist a multitude of times, and when you bring that up, they won't say anything. But here, he is literally saying, "I don't want the best for my opponents. I hate my opponents," and he said it might be wrong, but that's what I think. I'm sorry. I hate my opponents. I mean, like, name another president ever that said, I hate my opponents. I mean, you could probably get, even in the 1800s, you probably couldn't find politicians saying, I hate my opponents. Like even the Union against the Confederates, you probably can't find people saying, I hate my opponents. Like, I don't even think Robert E. Lee would say that about Abraham Lincoln, that I hate my opponents. This guy is literally the most divisive president ever. And this is why the heat is turning up in the United States, because of this right here. This right here is insane. And it's just like, it's crazy. And even this, I want to show you this right here. This statement from Matt Walsh, another unhinged right winger. Really, probably the only person even more unhinged than Charlie Kirk, than the obvious Nick Fuentes, because I think Matt Walsh would more identify closer to Kirk than obviously the far right Fuentes. In that kind of spectrum of mainstream right wingers, Matt Walsh is probably the worst one. Out of all of them, because he says some crazy shit. But right here it says leftists are engaged or are enraged by the spectacle yesterday. They are calling us Christian nationalists. They say that we want to usher in a new era of Christian nationalism. They claim that we are more radicalized than we've ever been, and they are 100% correct on all counts. Okay, I mean, there you have it there. I mean, he is literally saying that we're Christian nationalists. We want this new Christian nationalist wave, and you guys are right. You guys are right. We're all Christian nationalists. And if you're not a Christian nationalist, then good luck to you, I guess, right? So, I mean, they're just saying it out loud now that they're just Christian nationalists. I just don't even know what to say to that. Like, you're just blatantly just saying it, that you're just Christian nationalists. And then they always brag about how, just going to like the election that Donald Trump won, when they say black people, that Donald Trump got more black people this time, and they got more Latinos this time, or whatever ethnic group that they're thinking of is, and they boast about it, and they're just saying that they're Christian nationalists. So you don't really care about these other people, because if they're not Christian, like let's say he got an uptick in Indian or Muslim votes, right? And then you go boast about it, but then later you say that you're a Christian nationalist, nationalist. Jeez, man. So it's just like, it's just a political game in that sense, and they're just saying it out loud. But I find it hilarious that they're Christian nationalists, and they are literally the biggest dick suckers of Israel, who he doesn't even believe in Jesus Christ, really. I mean, they think I believe the way it goes is they know he existed, but he's not the son of God. But I mean, Matt Walsh is one person, but I mean, come on, multiple people think like that on the right, definitely so. But yeah, that's all I have to say, guys, on that one. Help the United States, man. God help the United States, because this guy is literally, however hot it is right now, he's literally cranking the heat up. Turn that shit on boiling at this point with that statement, that Donald Trump, that is. And then Matt Walsh has always been unhinged, so that's nothing new there. I'm gonna have all my links to my socials down below, guys, and I'm also going to have I think I'll have another Substack article out this week, hopefully. And if you guys want to donate to independent media like myself, that is also down below. So I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see you in the next one.